Hi, welcome to Mystic Moons. Have you heard the latest rumors? Today we're going to take a trip. Some of our, which we've been to this planet of Sailor Moon. Oh, there I go again. Sailor Moon. Taylor Swift before. And we haven't been there in a while. I mean, the ideal couple, the song artist, the songstress, stress artist, performer, well known billionaire, very eligible, and the football player who is past his prime. But I don't think Taylor is past her prime. How can an artist really be past their prime? Frankly, I could never really see personally what she saw in him other than the obvious. But mentally, I mean, how long can she really be chasing a football, chasing him, when he should have retired last year or the year before on his glory train? However, he's going in for a second swing. Now, both of them, they seem like they're almost a little past the time. Now, they've been together a few years. They've been through every single step. They're going here, they're going there. They were in the news. She brought this unknown person, relatively unknown to her world, into the spotlight. And he's taken it all as far as, I mean, he's become famous too. Mr. Taylor Swift. But he's quite happy to be Mr. So he says, Mr. Taylor Swift. But is Taylor happy? Is Taylor happy with his compliance with her world? Does he really fit in? Has he really fit in? Yes, he goes around and he's very hunky dory, and it it pleased him to be part of her team. Now, she's surrounded all day long with a lot of very hunky men in her performance. Her dancers are like pretty buffed. So she's used to fit men in touch with themselves, sporty guys, but sporty in an artistic manner. However, has she gotten cold feet about Travis Kelce? There's a rumor. So we're going to ask the spirits, the celebrity spirits, the aura of being an artist's soul, and a football guy, a sports guy, and the artist and the sports guy. Now that has worked, maybe, but I mean, really, I mean, Taylor is an entity unto herself. She doesn't need to be. She doesn't need him, right? But does she want him? Does she want him? So let's all relax. Let's take a trip. Let's get on this old space shuttle and go off to Taylor Swift land, Taylor Swift's planet. And let's see if she's really, let's see if we can get in, all aboard now, get into her feelings about Travis, her heart about Travis. So let's see. This is just a rumor. Nobody knows for sure, but Taylor knows. And is she willing to share it with us? How she feels. Now let's see which one of these pussycats. These pussycats are going to give us an insight into Taylor's love for Travis. Now, I'm sure she's fond of him. I'm sure she's fond of him. But is it the kind of fondness that is hot, passionate, and cooperative for a marriage partner? Is it? She could be bored by now. I mean, does he know what she knows? I mean, imagine their dialect, how they talk to each other. It's like, who can you introduce me to, baby? And she says, wow, how about these people? Well, they've been together long enough for him to infiltrate her world. Now, she has been in his world, but does she find it interesting? Does she find it a forever home, a forever nest? This is telling me something about Taylor. I'm looking at these little pussycats. Oh, this is peekaboo one. And seeing if we can get some insight into Taylor's mind. And if this rumor, which one of these two? This one. And if this rumor has any legs to it. Now, we all would like Taylor to settle down and be happy, of course. But is Travis, with his roaming eye and his ego, his temper, stuff like that, are they really good for each other? Is she good for him? Is he good for her, more or less? That's the main thing we're finding out. Does Taylor have a case of the cold footies? The cold footies towards Taylor. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Okay. Now let's see if these divine kitties are going to give us an insight into her love for Travis. Is he going to go? Is it going to be a home run for her? Is it going to be a home for her? Or just, I'm tired of this. First one we get, we get, we get the sun. We get the sun. No, the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. Money, money, money. Earth. Earth. Needs. Now, she has fulfilled a lot of his wishes. He wanted to have this. He wanted to have that. His marketing calendar or index has gone up high since he's known her. And she's found some kind of comfort in having a man that, wasn't exactly in her line, in her business, but he was supportive. But he seemed to always want to hug the stage. But anyway, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So they've made money. Could have been their deals. It could be that facial recognition that they was not really spoken about, but everybody now goes to sports games and they can just cue in with their digital IDs. So business. And this next one we have is, this is not very good. The Seven of Cups. She's thinking, she's wavering. I would say Taylor is wavering. The Seven of Cups. All the different experiences she could have, did have, and might have, and maybe will still have, and would still have. Is he the right person for her? Now, she doesn't have to worry about finances, money, not at all. But she needs inspiration. And does he make the cut? Does he make the cut for her? A woman like her? The next one we got is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. It seems like movement, doesn't it? Movement towards the July the 3rd wedding date. Well, this Seven of Cups is could be wedding planning, but look at this pussycat. It's thinking, pondering the what ifs. And then this could be taking some action. One last fling, one last thought, maybe it won't be the last. Next one we get, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. Well, again, wavering, but then thinking that everything's all arranged. The wedding plans, the this, the that. And then I could happily ever after and maybe have a few youngins, a few kittens myself. That's what she's thinking. The Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. No, I'm wrong. The Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. That's different. Why do I think it was the Ten of Cups? Could be my wishful thinking. But the Ten of Pentacles again. Money, 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 money. Could this be a move to just increase revenues? It's funny. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we also have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. Well, we seem to have going with the flow. Like as a artist, as a well-known artist, she could just be trying to like follow the script, follow the script. But is she following her heart? Of course, the script means money, endorsements, this, and that, and everything is planned. But is this what she really wants? Well, it looks like she is wavering to some degree, but we have here, look, we have the sun. We have the sun. Is she getting cold feet? There's a rumor. Now, it's kind of hard to read in a way. Now, the question is she getting cold feet? And this reading tells me that there's money involved in this wedding. Of course, everybody gets married and they get money. That's nothing, nothing earth-shattering. But however, we have this Seven of Cups and we have this Knight of Cups, which would almost give strength to the thought of, am I making the right decision? But it seems like she's getting a lot of, let's do it pressure. I mean, forget about the age thing because, Taylor is ageless. But the point of the matter is she's getting all this funky press. And then when she ties herself to him, and of course, I'm sure she's like prenup up to the ends of her, to her scalp. I'm sure she's just prenup. But the point is, Travis has a temper. Travis has a temper. And even my cats are in the background going, yes, yes, yes. He loses it. He loses it. And does she want to? She knows the extent of his temper and his nasty side. I mean, you're with somebody for a couple of years, you know how they flow. You know their ups and their downs. Now, can she sincerely bet on him to come through during the difficult times? With the cameras flowing and popping, the lights, he's very smiley, he's very He-Man type. But what do you think he's like without the cameras? These are the things that, and is he really good for her? Now, what do you think? Is he really good for him? This sun, let's examine this sun, all right? Let's take another cat deck because we're being kind of catty, meow, in a way. And this needs some sort of, I mean, it's ambiguous. I mean, this whole reading is ambiguous. If I was to say that, that she's like, wow, we got the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. Woohoo. But we also, according to the question, is this that she's getting cold feet? Is she getting cold feet? Now let's just take a couple of cards, a couple of pulls, and see if this sun is positive or negative. Right? Let's just see. Let's just take a peek. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Now, you see, these pussycats are a little different. They have a little bit more angst in them. Now, this sun, what do we see about this sun? Almost angry little things, aren't they? Feel a lot of like the same vibe. What kind of sun? And just because something is a sun does not mean it's thumbs up. It does not mean that. Let's see. Which one of these two? This one. The Fool. Oh, the Fool. Now, the Fool is adaptable, and in front of the camera, you can be whatever you want to be. The Fool. Adaptability and role playing. Maybe it's time for her to do this. But again, the sun. Let's see the next card. It's still up in the air. These are major arcana, which I mean, she's playing a role, and now she does not know if this role is her role. The sun. Now there comes a time when you just have to stop. Just have to stop and assess. Which one of these two? This one. Ooh, 7 of Wands. Another 7. 7 of Wands. We have. So this is. She's having some issues. I would say for this Sun card here, she's having some issues. This 7 of Wands. It's a prickly thing being together with him. Now she's wondering that she could like ride it for a period of time. I mean, you can always get divorced. I mean, you can always end something. In fact, you should think about going into something and the end of it, how would it end? Which maybe that's an issue. Whatever you do, I mean, marriage is a contract, right? It's a contract. To go into every contract, the joining and also the dissolving of the contract, how would it go? How would it go? So it's all kind of like business. I get a sense of this business class, business clash, business. But this 7 of Wands and the Fool, I would say this is a pretty loaded, happy sun. If it's not happy, it's a very prickly sun. It's a very smoothing out the details, smoothing out the details. And that the details aren't exactly, aren't exactly emotional in the terms, in the sense of soulmate emotional. It's not like that. It's not like that. Like Taylor is having qualms. She's definitely having there's some legs to this rumor. I would say there's a few legs to this rumor. We could even take a look at this 10 of Pentacles. Now, if we're looking at this 10 of Pentacles, let's go somewhere else. Let's go on the 10 of Pentacles. Now, that could be a happy thing. I mean, having lots of like earthly delights being solved, being taken care of is important. However, I don't feel this 10 of Pentacles is like family and baby and stuff like that. It feels more like assets. It feels more like business. So let's see now, which one of these? Let's take this one. 2 of Swords. Agreements. 2 of Swords. So I feels like there's like the prenup and the deving of the assets. We have a business. There's something about the money involved once they become one, July the 3rd, if they do, that there's a little issue about the finances and deving up the communal property business. That's what I see. So there is some, she's like thinking he's a little too greedy. I get the feeling that she's thinking that Travis is a little too greedy. In fact, the whole clan may be. I'm assuming from the reading, the spirits are telling me that she's wondering about that part of the equation. And his other things. She's jumpy about taking this big step. So I say there is legs to this rumor. what the spirits say. Now, you've been to Taylor's a very generous person. She's not tacky. She's not tacky, and she's very generous. And you would think that such a person could have be convinced or maneuvered to do certain things with their assets. But Taylor has a tight knit circle around her. It's not about to get dissolved because she gets married. And this too could be a source of a trampoline of doubt. I'll put it that way, a trampoline of doubt. So we'll see what happens, but there is some legs to this rumor breaking up. It's deal with the assets, financial distribution, and if things go sour or what he gets out of it. And you know, Travis has always seemed to be the type of person to what he gets out of things and how far he can run with it. Taylor's not like that. He's pretty generous. Pretty generous. So there's something that she has to work out and he has to accept. That's the problem, I see. Well, if you have any comments about that, there, that rumor, as I said, this smells of something that's asset driven in finances, revenue. And maybe Taylor, she doesn't have to settle for this. She doesn't have to settle at all. Just be herself. Just be herself. Well, if you have any comments, tell me what you think about this whole rumor thing is. I mean, I would love to see Taylor happy and satisfied and moving on with her life. But is Travis the right one? You know, he's good for the last couple of years, time spent, but eternity, I don't know. I don't know. As a creative person, and she is a creative person, will she be happy with someone such as him? Such as him? Hmm. That's what she's thinking about. Well, thank you for the likes, and if you care to show some love to the channel, I appreciate it. Mystic Moons is always happy to share and be with you, and think about the life that's flowing around us. And Taylor Swift is part of the life that's flowing around us. She is American culture. And as being, you know, the woman of today, she's pretty independent. She's pretty independent now. And does she need a Mr. Taylor Swift? Hmm. Questions, questions, questions. That's what she's thinking right now. Well, until the next time, we'll see.